Hey, sewing friends. So it's Me Made May. We've come to the end of May, and I've done a little bit of a recap just to kind of um, see what I've learned. And I'd like to ask you what you've learned. So, the first thing I learned is that I wanted to reach for some cream colored wide leg pants all month long, but I never found any. Lightweight ones, that is. I have some sweater weight ones, but that didn't really help me. The ones I had are in my daughter's closet because they don't fit me anymore. So that's one thing I really want to make to rectify the situation. The second thing is, I was really sad that I got some dirt that I can't seem to yet get out onto a pair of Closet Core Pietra shorts, which I will show you up here. Unfortunately, it looks like I may have to make another pair of these, which is really kind of a bummer. May is always colder than I think it is, and I like to sew during May, so one of my projects next May is going to be focusing on some cardigans. And I've got a couple in mind from my stash that I think I'd like to make for next year. The last thing is that one of the things I wear a lot is something over other things, so casual jackets, cardigans, and other things like that. And I really want to focus on adding some of those to my wardrobe. On the casual jacket side, I've got some wools that I don't use to make suits anymore because that era is over. So I definitely think a casual jacket that I can add some pins and maybe some patches and things to would be a lot of fun, and add something else to my wardrobe is a little bit of an outerwear piece that's warm when I go outside. So those are my big takeaways. My last big takeaway is I have a lot of scraps. So over the weekend, I stuffed some patio cushions underneath the covers with fabric. I'm not kidding. I stuffed a bunch of fabric in there, and now they're nice and plump and firm as fabric is. And I think I shared that I made a fabric ottoman several years ago, and I've stuffed it over the years, and now it's like full up to the top, so I can't really put any more in there. So, and that's on my front porch. It's an outdoor fabric ottoman. So that was a great way to use up about 7 boxes of fabric scraps, and now I've still got a couple more. I also have some leftover t-shirts that I cut out from a t-shirt quilt that I'm going to make into the bottoms of them into t-shirt yarn, which I've never made before. So wish me luck in seeing how that goes. Hopefully I can get enough out of the shirts that I have to be able to do that. That's where you cut it with a rotary cutter slightly on an angle, and you're able to kind of spiral it into one long piece per shirt. So we'll see how it goes with what I have left. The fabric scraps are really neat to sew with. And that's going to be a key thing this year. I want to do some scrap project, and I want to do some piecing. I also have some bandanas that I used for a dog bandana project. So we'll see how that goes too.